What's up, you guys, man? This is the first episode of After the Bell podcast. Man, I appreciate all y'all love and support. Told you guys that I was bringing this podcast to you guys. We are delayed today, but nonetheless, work will get accomplished and finished. Had to set up my audio side, man. So if you listening right now, this is the first episode that I will be posting audio-wise from this account. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And if you're watching on YouTube, appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a vid. Man, we had an exciting day of combat sports. We had the 5-on-5 Matchroom versus Queensberry. That went totally different from the initial thoughts that I had looking at the card. And then we had UFC 302. Let's get into it. All right, so we had the 5-on-5, man. I watched all these fights. So it started with Willie Hutchinson getting a unanimous decision over Craig Richards. So Willie Hutchinson was representing Queensberry, and Craig Richards was representing Matchroom, which is Eddie Hearn's. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom, as you know, Frank Warren is Queensberry. So they're friends, so they're like, you know what, let's put on a 5-on-5. I like the concept of it. It's a dope concept. I think we'll see this a lot more now that we're starting to get money in the boxing and we're starting to get the real fights that we want. So Willie Hutchinson got a unanimous decision over Craig Richards. I agree with this fight. It was a tough fight though. The cards don't show it, but I had it 116, 112 for Hutchinson. That's my card I had, but the other judges had it by a landslide, more of a landslide. I didn't see that. I seen a tougher fight, but I seen a clear winner though. It's one of those 8-4s where it's like it's a tough fight, but there's a winner in this matter. Then the next fight, I ain't gonna lie, this was, to me, personally, this was fight of the night. Nick Ball and Raymond Ford, dog, I watched that from round one. Listen, Nick Ball's pace early was crazy. The pace that he was fighting with. He kept dipping his shoulder, getting in there with the uppercut. He was landing that early. But then as the fight started wearing on, and I noticed Ford started putting together punches to the body. I noticed that. He started doing it. He was starting to punch to the body early. And I'm like, okay, see, that's going to cash out later on. And lo and behold, it started to cash out. Now, how I had the card, I had it 115, 113 for Ford. I had Raymond Ford winning the fight, but Nick Ball could have won the fight, though. Or it could have been a draw. So to me, this had a wide range of results. It could have been 115, 113 Nick Ball. I'm not mad at it because that's what it ended up being. It was a split decision. Two judges had it 115, 113 Nick Ball, and one judge had it 115, 113 Raymond Ford. I'm not mad at that. And it could have been a draw to me. So any of that was possible. Now, I'm not mad at who won the fight. Nick Ball was a worthy contender against Raymond Ford. And he was taking it to him early, but I thought late Ford took over this fight. I thought he finished beautifully. I thought what he started doing was moving. I thought he should have did that a little bit more earlier, was moving, because he started stepping around Nick Ball's punches. Like Nick would throw, I'm not here no more, I'm gone. He step around, bow, jab, make him have to reset. And I'm watching him fight, and I'm like, yeah, see, you could have kept, if you would have kept at this, right here, this type of pacing. See, Nick Ball could have wore out a little bit earlier and you could have took advantage. Now, he clipped him in the, I want to say it was the 7th round. Ford clipped, the 7th round, where he hit him in his nose. Changed the whole complexion of the fight. Because he broke it. He broke his nose was gushing. And Nick Ball had to fight through it, but he fought through it, though. He still got some amazing punches and pressure on Raymond Ford. So, it was a tough fight. Very close fight. Could have called it either way. So I'm not mad at the ruling at all. at all. Shout out to Nick Ball and shout out to Raymond Ford for putting on an amazing performance. Now, then we go on to Hamza Shiraz versus Austin Williams. A TKO by Shiraz. I'm going to tell you this. This fight had the potential to end so many different times. I'm watching it. And in the second round, Austin Williams hit him with a right hook. Boom! Right on the chin. I was like, uh-oh. Because his legs went. I was like, oh, ooh. But he recovered very well. And then, I want to say it was Hamza came right back, though. He came right back. He kept his composure, which that's what I was really impressed with through this whole fight. Shiraz, that he kept his composure the entire time, even when it was getting tough. Because we was catching with a right hook and hurt him again. So they both was badly reacting to their opponent's punches. But once Shiraz caught him, I want to say it was the 10th round, he caught him and he sat him down at the end of the round too. That jab was consistent all night though from Shiraz. I've noticed that with Shiraz, it was consistent all night, and it paid dividends later on. Austin it was a tough fight. Shout out to Austin Williams, but Hamza Shiraz is young guy. It looks like he'll be getting a championship fight coming up here. That's what they want. Then they chilled out and gave us a little intermission from the 5-on-5. Dimitri Bivol, TKO, Malik Zanad, Malik Zanad in the 6th round. Bivol caught him early. He dropped him in the 1st round. So Bivol came out with a mindset of, I'm going to try to get this knockout. Because everybody's talking about, oh, do he still got power? Can he hurt anybody? And all that kind of stuff. All those questions for a guy who's an amazing boxer who I don't care if he didn't knock out nobody else. He wins. He wins his fights clear too. He don't just barely be beating these guys. He be really, if we're being honest, a case could be made. He beat Canelo dang near 10-2, 9-3, if we're being honest. So he's clearly winning these fights. He's not getting in close fights. But Bivol, man, showed that power. And that 6th round, boy. Yeah. I knew Bivol. I was like, I could see Bivol going for it. And then once I seen them two get into it in the middle of the round, going back to their corners, when I seen Bivol I said, oh yeah. I said, Bivol locked in. Because he never shows emotion like that. Never. But he did. That he hungry. He wanted that to be better beef yesterday. And speaking of that got announced. We are getting better beef in Bivol, October 12th, in Saudi. I'm excited about that, y'all. That I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see Bivol and Better Beef. I'm just hoping that they make it to that fight night, because that is such an important fight and a big fight for the both of them, legacy-wise. We must see that. We must see that. So moving on to the next fight, Daniel Du Bois TKO. Oh man. Philippe in the 8th round, man. I watched this fight. Early on, I'm wondering, Du Bois is getting hit. He was fighting at a pace that I wasn't used to seeing from him. And he was fighting at a pace that I was like, yo, he keeps getting hit with this clean right hook. Several times the announcer was like, he's taking that shot well. I'm like, yeah, but you just can't keep getting hit with the same shot. You know what I think he was doing? He had him punching at a rate that he wasn't used to punching at, and he got tired. He emptied his tank. Daniel Du Bois had a perfect game plan. He emptied his tank. Make sure that he don't knock me out, but he's throwing everything he has to throw to keep me up off of him. And, he had him hurt in the, I think it was the 7th round. Hurt him bad. He was about to fall, but he stayed up. I don't know how, but he stayed up. And then Du Bois, he had some cuts on his eye, and Du Bois kept picking at those cuts. And then we got a doctor to stop the fight, man. Yeah, he couldn't see. He got cut over both eyes, man. Shout out to both fighters. Tough fight, but Daniel Du Bois showed me, yeah, he ready. So him and Joshua was probably gonna be next because of what happened in the main event. Zhang TKO'd Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Wow. It's not shocking, but I'm shocked at the same time. Deontay Wilder, man. I knew he was in trouble early, is when I seen him hit Zhang with a clean shot. It didn't do nothing. Once I seen that, I said, "Oh yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a big problem." Wow. Because they was hitting each other. They definitely was. But I think that them 68 pounds mattered. I think Zhang packed it on for this fight because he knew I need to keep my resistance up. I need to be able to take any punch I can take. And he did. He took the punches, and he was good. He was good. Then in this 5th round, they was in an exchange, and he glance shot Wilder with a right. It was a glance shot, though. It just skipped off. And it sent Deontay Wilder turning around, looking at the front row, and looking at the ref like, why ain't you? And then boom. It was the craziest knockout because it looked like he was disoriented by that shot. And it was a glancing shot. It wasn't even like a clean shot. Kind of glanced a little bit off his face. And that sent him the other way. Turning, looking at the ref like, and then boom. He ran up behind him. As soon as he turned his face around, bow. Zhang dropped him. And you know it's bad when your legs do the Bambi. You have Bambi legs. When that happens, yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Is this the end for the Bronze Bomber? I'm going to put a question in the poll for this video, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Personally, if it is, shout out to Deontay Wilder. You had a phenomenal, fantastic, amazing career. And there's no shame. All great heavyweights go out the way Deontay Wilder has gone out. All the greats. You name them. You name them. They went out all the same way. Heavyweights are not meant to be undefeated, y'all. Heavyweights are meant to have several losses, not just one. Several losses on their resume. That's how heavyweight is gone. That's why the losses don't hurt me as much as would if you're. I don't think nobody goes undefeated. This is combat sports. I don't think you're meant to go undefeated. I think you're meant to face adversity and bounce back. And sometimes adversity is a loss, and that's okay. But an amazing career from Deontay Wilder. The dude started at 19 years old boxing because of his daughter's had an illness, and he did it for her. And he needed to make money, and he took up boxing. And the dude turned himself into the scariest man with the right hand on the planet. Won the bronze medal at the Olympics. Dude had 10 title defenses. An amazing career, man. Was knocking everybody out. At a point, every man that has been in the ring with Deontay Wilder has hit the ground at a point in the fight. Every time. He's gotten a knockdown with every man that has ever been in the ring with him. That was an amazing streak. This last 2 fights, he hadn't been able to get that. I think those Fury fights took everything out of the both of them because they both ain't looked the same since. I say that. I said that fight took out the both of them. It did. But Fury can lean on his skill and still get wins and stuff like that because he has ultimate skill. Deontay Wilder don't have that. He has to be on point for 2 seconds, and it never came. It never happened. But shout out to Deontay Wilder, an amazing career. Go be with your family, man. You've done enough. Hall of Famer. Shout out to you though, man. For real talk, man. Shout out to you. So we move on to UFC 302. Wow. What an amazing card last night. Wow. And I'm going to pick it up, this card, from literally, wow, we had 2 of the best submissions of the night I've ever seen in UFC. Real talk. Had 2 of the best submissions we've ever seen. Like, listen, Kevin Holland. Let's talk Kevin Holland first. Kevin Holland. I was watching this fight. Early on, man. This all happened in 1 round, too. And this was in 1 minute and 34 seconds. So it's not like it wasn't a long fight at all. So, dude was, jabbing all that. Trying to set up that big over right hand. End up setting it up perfect. Caught Holland. Boom. I think he hit Holland so hard that when Holland hit the ground, he woke himself back up. Because he hit the ground. Dude, Michael Alashivu, I think that's how you say his name. He gets on top. He goes to try to finish. His arm gets caught. And I'm like, oh no, get your arm out. That's the one thing you got to watch when you're going to go get your opponent when they're on the ground is where's your arm placement? It needs to be outside of the legs. You can't attack in between the legs because of what happened. He get his arm stuck in there. Holland is trying to break it. And he gets the full extension on the arm bar. Dude won't tap. So he was like this. Kevin Holland said, I'm going to just go for a full break. And he broke it. And he got out of there with a win. After, that's literally snatching defeat. Like, for real. Because Kevin Holland was supposed to lose that. That was supposed to be over early, quickly. Kevin Holland said, nah, we on the ground now, let's go. And he got it done. Shout out to Kevin Holland. He got the performance of the night. I ain't gonna lie. The worst fight of the night was, to me, on the card, is definitely Sean Strickland. Most disappointing, not worst. Most disappointing fight of the night was Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Because Paulo Costa didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight. Dude did not come to fight. If Paulo Costa come to fight, we get an amazing fight between him and Sean Strickland. He did not want to fight. He was on his back foot all night, running around the ring all night. When he stood in there and did it, it was cool. It had something to it, but I don't even want to spend time on it. Shout out to Sean Strickland for getting the dub, like I knew he would get the dub. I don't like you. You're still a piece of shit. I don't like you. But nonetheless, shout out to you. You got the win. Good job. Hopefully they give you another title shot, or coming up, because you deserve it. You and Duplessis put on the show, and it was a close fight. I had Duplessis winning the fight, but I'm probably in the minority when it comes to that, thinking outside of me and the judges who watched it. So, but the fight of the night goes to the main event, which is so freaking rare. Shout out to Islam Makhachev and Dustin Poirier. Oh my gosh. What a fight. This was such an amazing chess match. And you watched two fighters who left it all in the ring. I mean, look at both of their faces. That's how you know it was left all in the ring. And man, Islam showed if he ain't number one on pound for pound, he won B on pound for pound. Because Islam, straight dog. Straight dog. Poirier is a dog. And at certain points in the fight, I'm watching and I'm seeing Islam on the feet look amazing. He was looking amazing on the feet. I mean, he was catching Dustin Poirier. But then it came a time where Dustin Poirier like, nah, this is my world. And I'm going to show you. Because in the first round, you look at it, Islam dominated, got him on the ground. They never got back up. So round one went to him. Round two came back, though. Dustin Poirier was stopping him from taking him down because he stood at the center of the ring. And Islam, for some reason, could not get him down all night. This would make the ending so amazing. Stay tuned. In the second round, Islam was trying to get him on the ground. He could not get him into the center of the ring. He could not get Dustin Poirier down at all. And Dustin Poirier refused to go down. And he was starting to hit him and catch him with shots and everything like that. And I gave Poirier the second round. The third round rolls around. This when Islam started getting some success on the feet. And then he took him down for a little bit, but then they got back up and everything like that. But Islam won that round too. I gave him round 3. Then round 4 rolls around. Now this is probably Dustin Poirier's best round. This is probably his best round right here, round 4. I mean, he started catching with everything. He cut him because they went down for like 2 seconds. They got back up in the clinch. Dustin Poirier was messing up his ribs, and then he caught him with an elbow, split Islam wide open, right in his forehead, right here, and caught him with an elbow, busted him, blood everywhere, and then he started catching with shots, punches, everything. Islam stayed composed though. Islam was throwing back, but I thought Dustin Poirier clearly won the 4th round, and then it was 2-2 going into the 5th. And Poirier opened up early. Bang. Bang. Hitting him. Catching him. But then Islam did some next level wrestling. He couldn't get him down the center ring all night. Except for this one time. He grabbed his one foot and spun him. I don't know how he did it. But he did it where he was going to have to make a move to not trip over his other foot. And it didn't work. The way he spun him, it made Dustin Poirier have to react and hit the ground. And when he went to get Islam on top of him, he scrambled. Boom, boom, boom. Whoop. And then he put him in the move. Ugh. He put him in the move. And Dustin Poirier went out. He tapped and then he went out. And they said that move that Islam did is the type of move that you're going out before you know it. You don't even know you're going out. Because it happens so quickly. Crazy fight. Islam, with that move that he pulled, if you go back and look at it, and please go back and look at that move that Islam did. If you look at it, you will see him spin him. And that messed up everything for Dustin Poirier, man. And Islam retained his title. So it was an amazing weekend of fighting, amazing weekend of boxing, an amazing weekend of combat sports. Listen, man, I appreciate all the love and support, you guys. This is the first episode of After the Bell podcast. Listen, I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for listening if you're on Spotify. I appreciate you for watching if you're on YouTube. Listen, we're here now. We're here. We got a full schedule now. So I appreciate y'all. We're going to get up out of here right now. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I will see y'all next time.